Hey, what's up everybody, it's your boy Fire, and today I have your November 2021 update, which is a quality of life update that brings balance to campaign and swarm PvP. So we're going to start with the first bullet point. All cleaners are now immediately available to use. Players are no longer required to finish the Devil's Return, the Crossing campaign chapter to unlock Doc, Carly, Hoffman, and Jim. Completing any campaign chapter now unlocks all previous chapters. In-game voice chat can now be disabled in the audio options. Added muted icon to HUD for players with voice chat off and who have been muted. First time user experience now sends players directly to Fort Hope. Additionally, post round statistics added for Swarm PvP. Added a mute all button to the scoreboard in Swarm PvP. First aid cabinets now show a preview of how much health they heal. Players now recover health while inside Fort Hope. This change does not affect players in the shooting range. Added the all message command, allowing players to send messages to the global chat channel. Now let's move on to the campaign updates, and here are the general ones. It says weapons no longer revert to their default loadout when continuing a run in training, previously named solo campaign. Bots now use defibrillators more effectively. Improve character behaviors when dropping and picking up items in certain locations. Flashbangs now affect common Ridden that are climbing on hit. Ogres no longer outline for Carly after burrowing underground. Chapter specific updates. Blue Dog Hollow, Bad Seeds, destroying the nests in Nightmare difficulty now spawns an endless horde. The Armory, the Handyman, Bob's arm now appears in the scanning animation while the player has auto select new weapons on. Dr. Rogers' Neighborhood, gather research, objective adjusted to account for solo players. Now let's move on to the campaign card updates. Negative ammo capacity effects from cards now apply instantly after the card is drawn. Batter Up, melee damage adjusted to 40% from 50%. Brazen, stamina efficiency adjusted to 20% from 30%. Breakout, decrease use time to 3 seconds from 4 seconds. Face Your Fears, adjusted to 2 temporary health from 3. Fresh Bandage, now instantly applies its trauma heal effect when spawning into the safe room it is selected in. Ignore the Pain, now restores health instead of providing temporary health. Inspiring Sacrifice, heal decreased to 20 over 15 seconds from 25 over 20 seconds. Mean Drunk, melee damage adjusted to 60% from 75%. Meth Head, stamina efficiency adjusted to 30% from 40%. Money Grubbers now grants 3 bonus copper per stack from 5 and a max bonus of 75 from 100. Spiky Bits, melee damage adjusted to 20% from 25%. True Grit, heal increased to 10 from 8. Overall, from reading this card update, they did a number on the melee card. So if you are a melee person and you have a melee build, you might have to adjust your cards a bit now. So let's move on to the balance updates. Quick player input movements are now smoother. Rebalance supply points rewards for all campaign chapters in all difficulties. Adjusted supply points earned for completing the speed run objective. Readjusted abomination health values on nightmare difficulty. Players who are grabbed by a crusher are now immune to friendly fire damage while grabbed and for 1.5 seconds after being released. Remove pipe bombs from Mom and Carly bot loadouts. So now let's move on to the Ridden updates in campaign, and we have Breaker. Reduce the melee recovery time by 1.5 seconds, reduce leap recovery time by 1 second, reduce leap cooldown to 3 from 5 seconds, reduce the bonus damage for chest and leg weak spots to 500 from 1000, reduce the taunt and horde summon animation by 0.5 seconds, reduce the swarm cloud shrink time to 75 seconds from 90, breaker leap speed reduced to 1500 from 2000, breaker horde call reduced to 60 seconds from 120, breaker weak spot bonus damage reduced to 1000 from 2000. Ogre health increased to 17,000 from 16,500. Chest weak spot extra damage reduced to 500 from 2000. Reeker movement speed no longer slowed by bullets. So overall, the Breaker seems like he's going to be a problem now when you go face to face with him, because he's going to call his horde faster, but he's also going to be more mobile and more harder to take down. But let's not forget, the Reeker is still lethal because the Reeker can come at you and no longer be slowed by your bullets. Now let's move on to Swarm PvP updates. So we're going to General. Bruiser's Frenzy ability in Swarm PvP can now be cancelled by pressing the button to trigger it again. Now we're on to card updates. Adrenaline Fueled and Meth Head added to the card pool. Breakout decreased use time to 3 seconds from 4 seconds. Face Your Fears now grants 2 temporary health from 3. Ignore the Pain now increases melee damage against mutations. So any of my melee people out there that love meleeing and PvP, you just got Adrenaline Fuel and Meth Head, and that is big for the melee players. Now let's move on to balance updates. General. Tuning adjustments to make quick movements less erupt to players' acceleration movement. Cleaners. Cleaner team now receives a handicap bonus of 10% damage increase for each cleaner missing from the team in Swarm PvP. Cleaners get a default 25% increase to aim down sight speeds and a 25% increase to weapon swap speed in Swarm PvP. That's a pretty solid handicap for the people out there that have to play when people leave your match in Swarm PvP, but I still think they should add bots to fill in for the people that left. And now it says Ridden. Swarm starting radius reduced to 30 meters from 45 meters. Swarm transition reduced to 90 seconds from 120 seconds. Crusher. Health increased to 700 from 675. Hawker. Health reduced from 90 to 80. Harpoon ability cannot be cocked or fired while the character is in air. Attack projectile speed to 2000 from 2500. Attack projectile miss cooldown to 4.5 from 3. Evolution 2 reduced to 20% from 25%. Reeker no longer slowed by bullets. Tallboy attack knockback increased. Health decreased to 600 from 625. Overhead melee attack swing radius to 140 centimeters from 160 centimeters. Offense level 3 damage plus bonus reduced to 30% from 35%. Mutations. Infected wounds now reduce healing by 2% from 0.5% per hit from common Ridden. The effect stacks up to 40% from 20% and has a limited duration of 20 seconds, which is reset upon each new hit. So what I take from this Ridden update is that they really did a number on the Hawker, which was one of my favorite special Ridden to use, and one thing I always did was fire while I was in the air, and that was one of my favorite things to do, and obviously they took that out, so I'm no longer able to do that anymore with the Hawker. So let's move on to weapon updates. Now it says secondary weapons. Secondary weapons no longer require a reload in the next safe room. Weapon swap animation now displays properly when equipping different secondary weapons. Melee weapons. Bat movement speed increased to 410 from 400. Bat must do 50% more damage to stumble Ridden. Axe movement speed increased to 395 from 380. Axe damage reduced to 70 from 85. Axe stumble damage scale reduced to 0.5 from 1. Hatchet damage reduced to 40 from 50. Hatchet stumble damage scale reduced to 0.5 from 1. Machete movement speed increased to 425 from 420. Now those were all the main updates, and the rest have to do with controller updates, accessibility updates, UI updates, and bug fixes. But I'll make sure to include the patch notes in the description below, so if you want to check out the rest of the updates, I'll just put it in there and you just click the link and you're good to go. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about the November 2021 update? As always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. This is Alfaro, signing out.